This episode of the Buffalonian Podcast is brought to you by the Buffalonian division of the CastSource Podcast Network, a podcast network built by Buffalonians for Buffalonians, featuring the shows such as the Goatheads Podcast and the Buffalonian Podcast. We cover Bills, Sabres, and more, with more shows on the way very soon. And the CastSource Podcast Network covers many genres, including sports, business, mental health, marketing, and entertainment, featuring the podcast shows such as Sports Bring People Together, Limitless, Saviors of the Metaverse, and The Athletic Mindset. Learn more at castsource.com/podcast. And without further ado, let's get into the Bills, Sabres, hot takes, trivia, and more of the Buffalonian Podcast. All right, let's go. It's schedule time, and we are back with the Buffalonian Podcast. I'm Joe Callie, and as always, I'm joined by Dom Loss and Mike Marino. Happy Wednesday, everyone. And we are here live with the schedule releases coming out in the morning. Not really live. I mean, you'll be seeing this later. But let's just get into it, Dom. What's been released? We'll kill the music here. What's been released? What's still in the air? I know the Bills, Jags have been released. That's the London game, and Tottenham. What are we seeing for the rest of the NFL?
Dude that was in like theater and like could act a little bit. That was
no British.
There goes our British viewers.
Yeah. No British.
There goes someone from like North London being like, you know what? I'm going to try this Buffalo podcast to see what this team's all about. 2 seconds in, just get freaking passed.
Lit up.
But
Tottenham.
So as you could probably know, it's the day before schedule release, but today is a day where CBS, Fox, Amazon, and the international games get announced. So one Bills game got announced. So last year, this time the CBS game was Bills Chiefs that got announced. So it's a trend that the Bills get at least a game announced early, and they got their Week 5 matchup against Jacksonville, which my dad was writing home that they were going to play Jacksonville, so he's very happy that he picked that right. Funnily enough, the Jags will be the first team ever to play back-to-back games in London. They play in Wembley against, I believe it's the Falcons in Week 4, and then in Week 5 they play in Tottenham, or I think that's how you pronounce
Tottenham.
it. Yeah,
They'll
it's actually interesting because that stadium is very similar to the one that the Bills will be
Yeah, it's what they're kind of using as the reference. Yeah, they're using it quote unquote.
I think they broke ground, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all passed, all done. So it'll be happening for 2026. It looks like they said. So yeah, we get our very own Tottenham right here. I'll stop. I'm sorry. I'm done. I won't do it anymore. I won't do it. I promise. But what else is going on, Dom? I saw Giants Eagles Christmas.
Yeah, so Giants Eagles is one of the Christmas games that Fox announced. Bengals Chiefs is Week 17 on Christmas Eve. And the Black Friday game, first time ever they're playing a game on Black Friday, is the Dolphins at the Jets on Amazon. And that was a game that people thought that I think a lot of people predicted that one to be Eagles Bills, but
yeah.
Hey, maybe we get another Thanksgiving game now.
Or the Bills, the whole season opener again is Bills Eagles.
I'm so done with the Bills playing on Thanksgiving. Sorry,
you don't like it?
I don't like the Bills playing. I don't know.
I love it. Sitting at the table eating some turk, and then
Did you just say turk? Come on.
Yeah. Eat some turkey, watching the Bills play. It's fantastic. Come on.
I don't like mixing like family.
He gets too emotional, is what he's trying to say.
Like I can't just go off. Like I mean, especially the last Thanksgiving game where it was like a couple WTF, like what's going on? Like you can't drop a.
Well, maybe it's because I don't know. I don't know.
So I looked it up, Joseph, because we were talking about it for the pod. The Bills played the Jags in London the 2015 season, and the Bills lost 34-31. Guess who the starting quarterbacks were for both teams?
Who?
For us, it had to have been like, Tyrod?
2015.
EJ?
EJ Manuel.
No, Tyrod was on the team in 2015.
It was EJ.
What? What happened
The
to
it
Tyrod?
was the last year he started.
I don't know.
Tyrod was starter in 2015.
I think Tyrod might have been injured.
Oh, yeah.
EJ Manuel, who was, let's see, Blaine Gabbert?
No.
Bortles?
Yeah, it's Bortles.
Oh, Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles.
He went 13-29 that game, and they stopped 34 points.
Who,
Damn.
Bortles did or EJ?
Bortles. I looked up that.
EJ.
What were his stats from that game? Let's take a look back.
Like 24-42, had 2 tuds, 2 picks.
Eek.
Yeah, that was
what a draft pick. What a draft pick. EJ Manuel.
At the time going into the game, I think the Bills were 3-3 and the Jags were 1-5. So it kind of figures that the Bills would lose that kind of game, but hopefully that doesn't happen this time around.
Rex.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a year out from Kyle Orton, I believe, was it not?
It was a year after.
Year after, yeah. Yeah.
Douglas. But no, so it's exciting to see it now. You can kind of like get your tickets to when the Bills are going to play in,
yeah,
over there.
London. I'd love to see how many Bills fans we see. I know I'm not going to London, but how many Bills on the TV and whatnot, Yeah, I feel like a lot of the world is in a lot of aspects. So I'd love to see it. I think this will be a really good game too. I don't think that's a sleeper game because Jacksonville is kind of coming into its own. They played well last season. Doug Peterson's got that team cooking, so I'm excited. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, they hit their rock bottom with Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
and now they've hit the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of have that associate.
Yeah,
good for Jacksonville.
Listen, all I'm saying of Jacksonville, man, they played a last place schedule last year. They played a last place schedule last year. So,
and their division's dog. So,
welcome to the big dogs.
Yeah,
they play the AFC North. And they played the Chiefs and the Bills as their extra 2 AFC games.
I mean, I trust Doug Peterson as a coach.
It's not about trust. It's about like they're okay. Literally, they played. Did we play the South last year? No, we played. Who did they play? They played the West. They played the AFC West that underachieved, and their 2 games were against the Jets. The 2 extra games were against the Jets, and I think Cleveland finished last in that division. Yeah, in Cleveland. You switched out those games, you get the extra 2 games of being Chiefs, Bills, plus the AFC North that's supposed to be loaded this year. Lamar, Burrow, the Steelers are pretty good. The Browns, at least, are talented. I don't know, man.
Maybe they're a fluke, but then who comes out of the division?
Houston going all in. CJ Stroud, Will Anderson trading their first-round pick.
Yeah,
maybe
they could.
They've never been to a they're the only team to not be to a conference championship game.
Who?
Houston.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Jacksonville. I was like, Jacksonville waited in '96.
No, Blake Bortles, 2017, Saxonville.
Yeah, they made it. They made it against the Patriots, right?
Almost beat the Patriots.
Yeah, that was the year they knocked Tyrod Taylor out in our playoff game. He was out cold on the ground.
And we lost 10-3 or something.
Yeah, and Nate Peterman came in and almost threw another interception.
He did throw another interception, Joseph.
Or he did.
To this day, Nate Peterman still throws interceptions.
He ended his game against the Bills last year with an interception.
Is he on a roster right now? Is he still in Chicago?
I think so.
Let me see. I'll look at that right now.
I can't believe Nate Peterman's on a roster.
He's the perfect practice quarterback.
At least he's not Paxton Lynch to get benched in 4 professional football leagues.
Yep. Backup quarterback Nathan Peterman will return for his second season with the Bears after signing a 1-year contract.
What? I don't get it.
He's getting his money. Respect.
Dude, he's so bad.
With a career like that and you're still getting signed, respect.
Must be a great locker room guy. But so let's make some scheduling predictions.
Mm-hmm.
How many primetime games did the Bills get? Last year they got 5 plus Thanksgiving because apparently Thanksgiving doesn't count as a primetime game. So
I'll say 4.
Yeah, I was for it.
I think they're gonna lose out to like the Chiefs and Bengals.
Actually, did they get? They also got the flex game on Saturday with the Dolphins too, so I don't even know. I think that counts as another. They got like a bye, whatever.
Yeah, I would say
At the
4
beginning
or
of the year,
5.
I'll say 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go 5, and they have the potential to get flexed late in the season for those Saturday games.
Yeah.
I think the Bills sell. While they're a small market, I think their brand is one of the better ones in the NFL right now in terms of like people wanting to go watch their games. They're a very watchable team, and I think the NFL is going to hammer them.
Oh yeah,
especially now because you have all the rules about how you can be on Thursday Night Football twice, and you don't have to have a primetime game. Like you're not
They
required.
should just get rid of no one likes. Well, fans probably do, but players hate Thursday Night Football.
I don't like it because then I have school the next day.
No,
yeah,
I'm
that
sure
is
there
the
are
one
people
thing
that like
about
it though
That
because
day
they get
and
to watch football during the week again. Think about Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm with you in the fact that if I have to get up early the next day, there's nothing that's going to stop me from watching it either. Like I want to watch it.
So then you anti-Monday Night Football? Are you anti-Sunday Night
I'd be
Football?
technically anti-Sunday Night Football then. So no, I can't.
No, I'm
say
not
that.
anti-Sunday Football. I'm a little anti-Monday. I'm anti-weekday during school. Yeah.
I don't like Thursday Night Football. It's just
Thursday's
a random
too
point in
much.
the week.
I could deal with Monday, I guess, because it's only one day and it's the second day of the week.
I like
Thursday,
Monday Night Football. It's kind of cool.
what's
No, I'm not a fan of Thursday Night Football. And now it's even more relevant because it's on Amazon, so it's not like I stream it.
Also it's important to know that every game now is a free agent. There's no destinate. There's no
Yeah.
Usually in the past, if it was AFC at NFC, that's a CBS game. NFC at AFC, excuse me, that's a Fox game, and they would trade games, whatever.
Yeah.
Not this year. It's a free market.
It's all up for grabs.
No regulations. So we'll see how that. So maybe that means that there's going to be more games on Fox this year. So we shall see. But
will we see Tom Brady in the broadcast booth?
No, he's not. He's not until next year.
Yeah, he's got 1 year gap.
Yeah, walking.
Oh,
what a guy. There you go.
He might be on the field next year. We don't know.
Thanks for enlightening me.
Thank you. This is what we do on this podcast. Just enlightening.
Learn something new every day.
Enlightenment is our number one goal.
So,
Mike, you should just go play in the CFL or something for a year.
Play against Chad Kelly. Yeah, go. Please go.
He should. That'd be savage.
Or go play for Antonio Brown in the Real League Football League where he doesn't.
Hey, Antonio Brown releases a photo of himself in a Ravens jersey and says he's going to play there, just without speaking to anybody. Ridiculous.
So Joe and Mike said 4. I said 5. Does anyone have predictions on who they play in those games?
I feel like one of them has to be the Jets. Do we play the Bengals this year, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It'll be the Bengals.
Eagles, one of them. Super Bowl champions against the Bills, who are still third favorited.
I will say this right now with the CBS
Dolphins.
Yeah, with the CBS coming out as it's saying,
look at our opponents actually.
With CBS coming out and saying Bengals Chiefs is their number one game that they put out, I think there's real smoke now that the Bills Chiefs are a primetime game. Last year we talked about how they were in a primetime game, but they really kind of were because it was that 425, that number one spot.
Mm-hmm.
This year, with them that game not getting announced, I think because 2 years ago that was Sunday Night Football, a year before that in 2020. That was supposed to be Thursday Night Football, right? And then that became Tuesday Night Football, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Something like that. I think.
That weird COVID
I remember.
Year.
That might have been.
It was a year where it was
that was the
tornado,
Titans, wasn't it? That was the Titans we played weirdly.
Yeah, that was that weird COVID year where I think it was. Actually, no, maybe it was supposed to be Monday night. No, because it was Thursday because it was a Fox crew, and it got delayed and pushed back. Whatever it was, but yeah, I think the Chiefs is definitely going to be one. I think the Eagles will be one because I think this. You know what? I'm going to say I don't think the Eagles will be one because I think the Eagles are going to be a 425. I think it's going to be Chiefs, Giants, Patriots, Jets.
Patriots.
They always play the Patriots on Thursday Night Football, or they always play them on a prime
Monday night somewhere.
They always play the Patriots on a primetime game. So Patriots, I think they're going to play Rodgers in New York. The Patriots game might be home. Chiefs is in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
I'll shoot Bengals. I'm trying to think of
They're going to do the Bengals because of what happened last year, too.
That'll be on Monday Night Football. That
Yeah.
one's a Monday night game. I think the Patriots
They're
is
going
a
to want to
Thursday
make up
night
for
killer.
that.
Giants.
I'll say Bengals, Chiefs, Jets, Dolphins.
I think Dolphins for sure. Bengals for sure because of everything that happened last year in that horrible playoff game too. Chiefs for sure. Jets for sure with Aaron Rodgers. There's no way.
I'll shoot Eagles as my fifth, actually.
Yeah, and then Eagles would definitely be my fifth because that's the Super Bowl
4.
champ. Yeah, I said 4-5.
Oh my god.
I'll stick with 4.
Yeah, Tage Thompson, Alex Tuck vote. Yeah,
I said 4-5. So I don't know. I'm not.
Run it back. Rewind. What do you say?
The top 2 teams when they play in the AFC, the Giants because of the storylines, the Eagles because that's a good matchup, and I think a division. Yeah, I only have one division. You could make the argument that there's going to be 2, but actually no, I do already.
Honestly, Giants one is a good take there, buddy.
You know,
with
is it here or is it in New York?
It's here, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
no
storyline.
Jets. I already had 5. Sorry, Jets, Patriots, Chiefs, Bengals, Giants.
That's my
Giants. We also have the Broncos coming home.
I think the Dolphins will be that flex game. I think the Dolphins will be that possible in the season they get flexed.
Oh, that's right. We got Baker Mayfield coming here,
and I think the Bengals game is going to be like a 4:25 CBS start time. Like it's going to be one of those kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe that's Monday night. I don't know. Now I got take out the Eagles and put in the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be Monday Night Football. Patriots is going to be like a Thursday night game. I think Do
we get 2 Thursday night games?
Oh, please no. I'm not going to answer that question because I don't want. I'm not speaking my opinion into existence. All
right.
Well, so I have 2 back-to-back questions about who plays Week 1. First is the Chiefs because I want to know who you guys think they play Week 1. I have my prediction. I don't think they're going to play the Bills.
No, I don't think they're going to play the Bills.
And they're definitely not. They're guaranteed now to not play the Bengals. So
I don't know the Chiefs' opponents.
Well, look it up and then speak.
Okay, give me a second.
I will make the prediction right now that they will be playing Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill. They're going to play the Dolphins.
I think the Tyreek Hill storyline is really going to drive that. I think the network's going to go for that.
Like Von returning to LA.
Yeah.
And it's 2 good teams.
I think that's definitely a good call.
Thanks, my guy. I really appreciate that.
They could rematch the Super Bowl.
I was going to say maybe rematch Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that. After Carolina Denver, they played again.
Especially because whatever people were upset about the refs call in that game ending it the way it did. So I think they might do that actually. But the Dolphins
one is a good take. That's a good take, but I'm going to go to the Eagles just to be different from you. Actually, no, I'll be really different. I'm going to say they're going to give Sean Payton his first game back in primetime.
Oh, that would be something. That would be
I'll
something.
Go bold.
AFC West matchup right off the bat. I'm going with the Eagles. I'm sticking with the Eagles.
All right.
Who do you think the Bill? Oh, yeah. I mean, that was your next point. Sorry, I didn't see that on the outline on the docket for today. But who the Bills playing in Week 1? I have a thought.
Yeah, it'll be the Buffalo Bills
and the Cincinnati Bengals
at the New York Jets Sunday Night Football.
I think the Jets is a week 3 away game, like that area.
No.
It's prime time.
Rodgers in a Jets uniform is going to be a primetime game Week 1. Who else?
You think it's against the Bills right away?
Yeah, they hate each other.
I agree with that.
And two Cali boys going at it. And last year it was Rodgers Allen on Sunday Night Football. Packers Bills.
Yeah,
we're gonna drive home the line of 2 California boys.
Can you not refer to it
like? What do you want me to say? Men?
I mean, you're saying Cali boys. That's what they call me and my brother. So I got really confused for a second, but it was just like
that's even that bad. Okay.
Really? I think I'm gonna be different. Well, I would love to see Aaron Rodgers and
I'll agree with you.
The fellas play.
Oh, thanks,
I'm gonna go. I think it might be the Bengals Week 1, big game right away to start it off.
Did you have that as a primetime game?
Sunday Night Football, yeah, 8:15 p.m.
I think the Bengals are going to play like the Steelers or the Ravens week 1. They usually always make them like that a division game.
Yeah, we do usually play the Jets like week 1 or 2.
Yeah,
early.
only last year they didn't because they played the Rams.
Then we played the Steelers the year before.
Yeah, that was a string of the Jets for a while.
Yeah,
because 2020 they did.
I was hated it because the Jets weren't really any good at that point. It was always like, why is this the first game? But then again, we really weren't either. So
19 they did.
Yeah, it was either like week 1 or week 2 for a while.
18 they got killed by the 18 they got killed by the Ravens.
17 I remember that game. Nate Peterman started. Dog.
37-3.
Josh Allen. Throw Josh Allen in the rook.
How do you not start AJ McCarron is the real question. Oh, he got injured, didn't he?
He got cut. Or yeah, traded.
He got traded to Las Vegas, I want to say.
I know that, but was there an issue? Never mind. I'm not even going to try and wrap my head around it.
And then they signed Derek Anderson later in the season.
Yes, they did. That's right.
Derek Anderson. He's a Pro Bowler.
Hey, he started Monday Night Football.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Derek Anderson. So unfortunately, one of our questions, I didn't know if we were going to start. I don't know. I thought the international games, would be announced at like noon. I didn't think they were going to be announced at like 8 a.m. So,
I was 5 for 5 in my predictions. Just saying.
I would have said Jacksonville.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm just being that guy.
Just being different.
Yep.
But we already know when the Bills play in London. So
yeah, they're playing Jacksonville.
Week 5, Jacksonville. So when do you guys think the Bills bye will be?
Week 6.
Week 7.
Early bye.
I think it's a week 7 bye.
I think they want the bye after London, honestly.
What they? Oh, my guy. That was a good point. It used to be an automatic bye, and now they give teams a choice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good point.
Because I don't know. I guess it depends on who they play the next week. Because if like they play some bum team, like maybe they wait. But like if they go back to like have to play an important game, like a divisional game or something.
Yeah, that was a good point. Wow.
They might want to like wait, or they might want to take their bye and then play.
Am I blanking?
Because you don't want to drop a division game.
Were they week 7 last year? Because they were 5-1 going into the bye.
I think so.
It was after.
It was after the Chiefs.
Yeah. No, they were 4-2. Weren't they 4-2?
It was week.
No,
hang on.
Wait, I have the schedule right here.
Rams, Titans.
It was week 7.
Rams, Titans,
Dolphins, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, bye. Then Packers,
Ravens, Steelers,
Jets, Vikings, Browns, Lions, Pats. Jets,
week 7.
Fins, Bears, Bengals, Pats.
I'm gonna hop on the mic train though and go week 6 because
I will have to as well because that's a good point that I didn't even think about.
They usually always have those early buys anyway. So is that allowed? I think that's allowed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's gonna be a long season for the Bills.
Yeah,
if they have
week 6, it's gonna be. If it's not week 6, they're probably gonna think that their opponent week 6 is easy enough where they can have a week 7 bye.
Yeah.
But I would say early bye. I would agree. It's not gonna be like one of those teams.
If they're playing the Commanders in week 7, there's no way they're taking the bye. I'm telling you that right now.
Week 6, my guy.
Or week 6. Sorry. Yes.
Or Baker Mania.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game.
That is a great quarterback room right there. Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask, and John Wolford.
Oh my God, I can't.
John Wolford started. Hey, those are 2 starting quarterbacks for the 2020 playoffs.
It's true. Bucks, just a few years ago, they were the top team everyone wanted to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're back to rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Back to being irrelevant.
I'm sorry, but like there was all this hype like when they gave Todd Bowles the job. Like, I'm sorry, but he wasn't that good in New York.
No.
He was all right, but like
I
don't know.
I was not a fan of that Todd Bowles at all.
So
I gotta ask a question. Did they
retire coordinator than head coach?
What'd you say?
Did they retire Tom Brady's jersey
in Tampa?
Oh my God.
Honestly, probably.
Honestly. Really? I mean, only 3 years? I mean,
yeah, but he won him a Super Bowl.
3 years. It took the team with one of the worst winning percentages in the NFL the year prior to the Super Bowl.
I say probably, yeah. Just because.
How many do the Bills have? 3? The Bills have 3. Thurman, Jim, Bruce.
Yeah.
Someone?
Nope.
I don't know. Having your jersey retired is a big deal in the NFL. Maybe I think he'll get in like the Wall of Fame or like the Team Hall of Fame, but I don't know.
Actually, you know what? You're right. Because no, I still say they do it just because it's
I think
like
they still
Tom
do it.
Brady. I think it's the name, but like you're right about like NFL because there's so many players that need numbers. NHL, Ottawa retired Chris Neal's number.
No, they're a
Like,
joke with the franchise though. When
why would you
my,
retire? Like Chris Neal is like my most
Like
hated
the
hockey player
Toronto
of all
Irish.
time.
Listen,
Dude.
when my boy Snoop Dogg buys the Senders, he's taking that number down.
Dude, if
Oh my
Snoop Dogg
God.
actually buys the Senators, I kind of hope it's Ryan Reynolds, like that
Why?
group. I don't know.
Because
It just seems like
they bought
most
Wrexham.
sense.
They did turn around that one soccer club in Europe.
Yeah,
Wrexham.
Yeah,
That's kind
football.
of cute.
I don't know.
Football
I feel like
fun.
if Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg owns the team, it's just gonna be like a party the entire time.
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
that locker room is going to be called the hot box, and then
Well,
you'll
in
never
the
see any of the
weekend.
players ever again.
Yeah, I don't want to see the Weeknd own that team either.
No,
Would Snoop
Why-
Dogg be the majority owner or like just a partner?
Like a minority owner, like how A-Rod's like in the minority order of the T-Wolves.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
he's part of the.
I think Mahomes is like a minority owner of like the Royals or something.
Yeah, like he's part of the group.
Okay. Okay. Well, they're ever okay. No, actually, you know what? I'll change my take. I don't care if Snoop Dogg then because like if he was the majority owner, then like that would have been like weird. But like if he's just like a minority owner, then it doesn't really matter.
yeah. All right,
Let him
moving
go
on.
up to games and have a good time.
Moving on. Who do the Bills end their season with?
Week 18.
Week 18. I think it's the New York Jets. It's definitely a divisional game. I'm calling the Jets. Aaron Rodgers to finish out the season.
I think it's gonna be like some random game, like a filler game.
No way. They never do that, Michael.
No,
They
you know
always-
what? I'm gonna be bold.
No, there's your 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 out right there.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna play the Pats again.
not a bad pick.
They're not gonna. I think the Dolphins is a game that people may be interested like in December.
Dolphins will be a week before prime time.
Hopefully, we play the Dolphins in like a blizzard. I do like that though. Like you play the Dolphins early in the year in Miami. When
A lot of the schedules
and
I've
then
seen
you play.
the
You
mock
play
ones
here against Miami like in late December.
I
Like,
thought they
like
switched
that.
though.
Yeah.
I thought it's like college football where like every year you switch home game and like I feel like
No.
football.
So
it's gonna
now
be-
we're playing them
play
here
first?
early.
Now, let me cook for a second. Let me think.
Cook.
Well, I think that's any mock schedule I'm looking at right now, and I've been scrolling.
Oh, that's
through.
not true though. That's not true though. Because 21 they played in Miami, shut them out, and then they played like the Halloween. Last year they played in Miami first, then Buffalo. 2020 they played in Miami, then Buffalo.
No, I
2019
think
was
that's
the
the narrative.
2019 was the last year they played in Buffalo first, then Miami.
I think that's the narrative though. They want like
So I agree.
I don't know. I think for the division standpoint, it makes sense. Like give each team the advantage at home. Give Miami the heat and us the cold. You know?
See, then we want to play Miami at 8 p.m. Sunday Night Football. There you go. That's how you.
I think it's the week before the last week, Sunday Night Football, late game, and then we play the Jets.
I think it's a flexible game. I think it's the exact same situation as last year. If the teams are both good and it's a relevant game, they're gonna get flexed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, but I think that does it for our schedule predictions. I mean, we'll chat about it, of course, when it comes out. Like last year, we were in the outdoor studio doing that last year. If you don't remember, that was something. So that was a whole different ball game last year. So
The birds. I don't know if you can hear bird. There's bird. I can hear them outside the window.
Yeah, I think it's a little reminiscent of the outdoor.
There was a
studio.
truck that drove by, and I was like, "Oh, that wasn't too loud." But
No, we're good. We're good. But the Hyde charity softball event happened a couple days ago on a gloomy Sunday. Unfortunately, it was a great event. What, 16,000 people there? It sold out. And they raised a lot of money, did what they wanted to do. Josh Allen was dethroned as the home run derby champion. Big Spencer Brown took it from him. I mean, Dom, you were working the game. I mean, what was your experience like? There he is. There's Spencer Brown right there. What was your experience before I get into the fan experience down below? What was it like up in the press box?
That's pretty cool. I walked in where the players entered, so that was pretty sick.
Oh, cool. Did you see anyone?
should have grabbed a bat.
I literally said I was walking in. I was walking up somewhere. I said, "Dang, I should have dressed up like in like a semi suit, like I was like had shades on, look like I was a professional football player."
Oh my
But I
God.
think people would see right through me, seeing that I'm just dead skin and bones. My only hope would be that they think I have some like 6'3", like raw practice squad wide receiver.
Or I think you're on the coaching staff.
I don't know. I look
Athletic trainer.
Yeah. Athletic
Water
trainer
boy?
shows up to a
Water
charity
Bobby Boucher?
softball event. Bobby Boucher.
Hey, Bobby Boucher won the Bourbon Bowl, so
That's some high quality H2O. Love that movie. I have his jersey. I have a Bobby Boucher jersey. I got Mike with that one. Yeah, I have a Bobby Boucher jersey that I've worn multiple times. So
yeah, it was a fun event. The home run derby was a lot better than last year. I don't remember if you remember, but like last year, I thought like they didn't even hit that many home runs. Like I thought
I just remember Greg Mann's.
Yeah,
in the
they were
home run derby
bad.
last year.
They were so bad last year.
I definitely had some batting practice before.
Dude,
this
my
year.
boy Greg Mann's started off with 6 bombs. I was like, man, this dude's come out to play, and then all of a sudden, like AJ hits 11, Spencer Brown hits 10.
Boogie Basham blew it.
Yeah, or at least he hit a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, man, freaking can barely see the ball because of his freaking hangover, but it was hitting nukes. If Josh was sober, he would have won.
He had a lot going on that day. He reportedly
he had a couple of nice grabs in center field too. He played nice center field in the softball game.
I love when he's videotaping so when someone hits a home run, he's got his phone out, just running the
Unfortunately
bases.
for Josh, though, he only went 1 for 3 in the softball game. Did hit a nuke, but yeah, it popped up a couple times. I think at that point, his mind was kind of in a different place.
Yeah, I think the NFL script writers had something to do with this game, having Micah Hyde be the walk-off hitter. Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, it was like, you couldn't, all these people around me, you couldn't write that. You couldn't write
good
that.
for week 1 next year, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that the greatest play that ever happened was first play of the game, ground ball to shortstop, Matt Milano. Little rain delay, goes to charge it, slips, eats it, politely just checks himself out of the game.
I wore a Milano jersey to the game, and like I was like,
he just blows an ACL or something.
Yeah, right.
Politely goes, yeah, I was here. I'm out.
Oh my God, no, that was bad. And then, also they confirmed DeMar Hamlin, right? Like earlier in the week, Micah Hyde posted a picture of him confirming him to be there. Just was never there. Never seen, never announced.
Been there. They might have just not. They might have just been sometimes. I think those players.
Yeah, maybe it's just chill,
Yeah. Like White and Milano were just kind of hanging in the dugout the whole time.
Yeah, they brought him out though and announced him. That's
there.
the only thing. Like it was just like they still announced him. I was confused. I'm like, oh, I guess DeMar
I
didn't
don't know.
make it.
I just remember. I'll say my last point, and I got a dip. But I just remember last year was pretty fun. It was nice to like see that they're like. I don't know how to describe it. Like their camaraderie is there.
It's
it
nice
seems
to
like
them without their helmets on, so you can actually like picture them.
Yeah, like being able to see like who they are, like not just on the gridiron.
Yeah,
so,
like that was a cute word.
The gridiron.
Okay, Cali boy.
California boys.
You said Cali boys first.
I did not say Cali boys.
Yes, you did. Rewind.
Yeah, you did.
Rewind.
I'm going to clip that. As soon as you say
you said Cali boys.
I'm gonna actually put it right in. As soon as you say
that's what I said.
I didn't say it.
Do not say Cali boys.
Okay, maybe I did.
That's all I have to say.
Massive backtrack I'm doing now.
All right, Mike.
But
well, enjoy your day at Schule or wherever you're going. You're wrapping it up, right? Graduating soon. Where are you going? What are you doing?
What?
I don't know, man. I just went off on a tear. Have a good one, buddy.
Didn't even go.
I'll talk to you guys. Thanks.
See you later. Oh, all right. So now, just my last point about the Hyde charity game. I mean,
also it was great for charity, so
yes,
they raised a lot of money, so
good. They did, and it's honest. I got a Micah Hyde signed helmet too. I did a little mystery box. I got the little mini helmet or whatever because I was just like feeling frisky. I said, I'll try my luck. I got Joe DeLamalure football last year. That was pretty cool. You know what I mean? And then this year ended up with the Micah Hyde helmet. I'm like, okay, all right, made the money back immediately right there. So I'm content.
Actual Michael Hyde helmet. Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, the helmet. Yeah.
Where's that?
I unfortunately it's at my dad's. I don't have it with me. I only have my Spencer Brown and Gabe Davis mini helmets to my left. And Mario, Super Mario. I always have him on my left. He's my man. So still wish we had him on the team. He was fantastic. But no, I will be going to that event every year if possible. It's nothing but a good time. The fact that a charity event pulls 16,000 people like that, just I don't know, that speaks volumes about the community and the way the team is supported by the community and the players, who they are, and pull in that kind of attraction. Like it's something else. And
yeah, I mean, they would never do it, but like it just kind of also shows that like if there was a solid professional baseball team in Buffalo, like people would come.
Yeah, and even the Blue Jays, when they were here, it showed that would happen. You know what I mean? Like it's tough because you think back, Salem Field, Coca-Cola Field was originally built to possibly have the upgrade to an MLB stadium, and that's just never going to happen, unfortunately. But hey, if they ever add a team, we can head the charge. We can go to the meetings and whatnot, and do that, all that jazz. But I mean, yeah, I loved it. I'll be going every year. So I think that does it though for the Bills talk, right? Is there anything else you wanted to chat about?
No, sir.
Alrighty. Well, now I'll change the background here and get the bottom out of the way because it's covering up your beautiful name. So now we're on to the Sabres talk here. So let's get into it here. The Amherst staying alive somehow. It's happening. They're surviving. They're thriving. They have a shot to go back. It's not looking too bad for them. I mean, what do you think? Like looking at it right now.
I can't believe they almost blew that game. They were dominating the whole game, up 4-1. They gave up a goal at the end of the second period. They played terrible. They got shot 20-2 in the third period, and the man, the myth, the legend, Lawrence Pilot wins it in overtime for the boys, for the lads.
Oh my God. Lawrence.
It doesn't matter. A win is a win.
He scored 2 goals, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So.
Look at him. KHL. Look at that. Coming back.
KHL is showing up. But yeah, they're going to play Toronto now, the Marlies, for the North Division. If they win that, they'll advance to the Eastern Finals. And then if they win that, they'll play for the whole thing, I believe. So what an opportunity for the lads. It's great to see. It's great to see that their season's still going. I can't remember for the life of me. So this is the best of 5 series. Their first 2 games, actually, their first game is tomorrow in Toronto. Then they'll play Saturday in Toronto, and then they'll come back Wednesday, Friday in Rochester. Obviously, game 4 if necessary. If it's not a 3-0 sweep for either team. And then Sunday, if necessary, May 21st will be the deciding 5th game, if necessary. So I'm hopeful this time they don't fall behind 2-0 in the series, and they can get at least a split on the road. But yeah, it's exciting for the Amherst. It's exciting for those prospects to keep developing. I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember if the Amherst got to this point last year. I'm pulling a massive blank. I know they got swept last year. I think they got to this point, or they lost the round earlier. It's weird because they didn't play that 3-game series. So I thought they swept the team last year. So
I don't remember, but I know they were really like not doing. They were one of the scripts popped up or the outlines popped up when I clicked on Google Docs, and it was looking grim. And like the episode title, the Amherst need a miracle or whatever we were saying, and then they all of a sudden made it. So yeah. I mean, they've definitely been in this position before. So I mean, they've been in worse positions. So I don't think anything's unattainable for that team. Especially, who can they call down from the Sabres? They can't call down Levi, right?
They can't call anyone down. It's over. You had to do a paper transaction during the season, so they had their roster. Obviously, Oliver Nadeau, who was a junior player, he got assigned to the Rochester Amherst. Oslin got assigned, but I don't know if Austin or Nadeau can play. I think they're just there to get reps with the team for next season, hopefully. So.
Yeah.
But again, like it just shows that like this team next season, the Amherst, like they're loaded with young talent. And I think a big reason why is that the Sabres really changed the philosophy from what Rochester should be compared to the old Barrow regime. Like, one of the big things Kevin Adams did on that firing day was they fired Chris Taylor, who was the head coach of the Amherst, and people were up in arms about it because Chris Taylor was a beloved guy in the in the organization, and Rochester was winning. Like, Rochester was a pretty successful program, but it wasn't the program Kevin Adams wanted. He wanted Seth Abbott, who has experience with the USA development team. Like, he wanted that kind of program in Rochester where it's built off young guys getting as much ice time and opportunity as possible. This is why you're seeing, maybe you see Austin come over from the SHL after 1 year instead of 2 years. This is why you're seeing, some of those Russians come over, is that they want it to be appealing so that they could get their prospects in North American ice time as quickly as possible. They don't want them to stay in Europe or the KHL, the MHL, or juniors. They want them to get to Rochester as quickly as possible to have the opportunity. They don't want veterans blocking. That was the problem in Rochester. There was a lot of veterans in Rochester. It was kind of a program that was built on vets and winning, and now it's built on young guys, and they're still winning, like, because they're developing throughout the season. They're never going to probably be a team that is the number one team throughout the season. They're never going to be the team that starts off but at the end of the year, you see it again. They're playing their best hockey. They just beat Syracuse in the series. They won a couple series last year with Quinn Peterka. Like, they're growing every year, so they could potentially be a powerhouse at one point. So it's great. Seth Abbott gets a lot of flack for his coaching style, but like the program he's developed over what Chris Taylor had actually really does help fit the Sabres organizational efforts, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you're absolutely right, because you can't have a young guy mentality on the professional level, right? Like, build it from the ground up and then have a bunch of old vets on the AHL level, because it's just, if you call anyone up, it's not the same kind of system and whatnot. Like, it's just not the same mentality. And the fact that they're kind of one and the same, where you what's going on in the league below, and you can go from there. I mean, that's huge in the success of both teams. Like, if you have to pull on someone, what they've been going through, they're coming up to a similar system that they're in. So it's a whole different game now, because it's not, like you said, it's not separate things now. It's like one and the same. So that's huge.
Yeah, it's just an organizational change that I think when people saw it originally were a little bit puzzled by. Okay, Kruger's gone, whatever. Like, that was kind of like, that everyone kind of thought they were going to wipe the floor.
Yeah,
the huge firings in the front office, but I don't know how they rebuilt the analytics program, how they rebuilt Rochester. It provides the Sabres with a lot of opportunities for success. It also provides the Sabres with a lot of opportunities to show off their prospects in the AHL. You're seeing it now. Isaac Rosine, I think, is easily the most forgotten Sabres prospect. I think you just kind of forget it. Like, you think about Coolidge, you think about Savoy, you think about the guys already in Buffalo. Like, you kind of forget that this dude was a first-round pick a couple years back, and is starting to break out a little bit in Rochester, and he's starting to have, like, develop that off-puck skills, that, being in the lanes defensively, on the rush, are you in the right spots to help support on offense? Like, he's starting to get those little things clicking where it seems like he's also close to being NHL ready, but there's not a spot for him. So he's probably going to spend another year in Rochester, but also then he becomes a trade piece. Like, if he performs very well in Rochester at the beginning of next season, or even in the off season, you could show up like, hey, this dude's getting better every year in Rochester. Like, we just don't have the room for him, but we want something to upgrade our roster. That's how you make moves. You also have Ostlund. I mean, he's easily the most forgotten. I think him and Austin, just because there's SHL kind of out, not really in North America at the beginning of their time after being drafted, you kind of forget about them because Savoy, juniors in Winnipeg, Coolidge is here in Rochester. Like, they're here. Ryan Johnson's in Minnesota. Like, they're actually in North America. You could actually, like, it's not like you had to like wait 6 hours to see their games. So yeah, he's definitely the most forgotten in my mind, and he's honestly probably closing in on being the most underrated. He's just because he's not on. I don't think he's on like the tier of Coolidge, Savoy, or even want to put Levi in for right now. But he's like a tier 2 prospect right there with Ostlund and whoever. So yeah, I love what they're doing in Rochester. It was a very fun experience. They played very hard.
Yeah. I mean, speak on your game experience a little bit. I mean, I've never been to an Amerks game. I know you said the stadium's falling apart pretty much. I mean,
It's
it's
not falling
just
apart. So like
just old.
it's interesting because they played the Nighthawks game games there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's a really fun experience. The Amherst fans are really rowdy. I really respect it. Like they do a lot of chants, and it's honestly it's a little bit like I know it's playoffs, so I don't think I've ever gone for a regular season game, so I don't know how that feels like. But for playoffs, like it has that Bandits feel a little bit of like there's chants, there's screaming, there's shouting. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. My only problem is that like the concession stands are bad, just because they're too close. Like there's not enough space in between them. It's like a hallway. When like in the Sabres, like it's like a opening. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's big. It's like pretty big for the Sabres between like the concession stand from across from each other. In the band Amherst, it's like this. Sabres is like that. So it's that's my only one complaint is it's hard to get concessions. But no, it's a great game experience. I would highly suggest anyone from Buffalo or anyone in general to have an experience of going to one of their games. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking to go at some point. How about the ticket prices? They can't be that expensive, right?
No, they weren't that bad. No, it's pretty cheap. Also, like you could find a seat in like the nose. They're not even that bad seats in the house, but you can find a cheap seat. So transitioning from our Amerks fun. The Chicago Blackhawks have won the right to the number 1 overall selection. The only team that jumped, they were the third best odds or the third overall to 1. So congrats to the Blackhawks. Couldn't happen to a worse organization. You know, you have sexual assault cleanup, and then all of a sudden, here you go, Connor Bedard. Here's $2.5 million in season tickets that you guys are having as well because you have Connor Bedard, even though you guys have the third lowest capacity next season. Absolutely ridiculous. But this is why I always teeter on the fact if it's rigged or not, because they do hire like independent like account like firms to do it, but like I don't know, man. Like Crosby was definitely placed in Pittsburgh to save that franchise from dying. McDavid, same in Edmonton. I just feel like this is kind of like the same thing of like this is a dying franchise, and in Chicago we need a big star in a big market. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just like Columbus ain't gonna do it, and Anaheim. Kind of Cali. It would have been kind of cool with him and Zegras maybe, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting.
It's silly.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. I've been getting more into the NHL the longer we've been doing this, right? As you know, I mean, first Sabres and whatnot, but this is I don't know. The synapses are not firing when I'm thinking about this right now. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Not like. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand the whatchamacallit, the thought behind that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
It's just
silly, as you would say. It did.
It makes sense why they would do it. I just like, all right, whatever. I mean, I still think Chicago sucks, so it's not like he's going to be on a team that's going to like be a playoff contender now, or he's not. As I said to my dad, he's not. He's in the West. They play him twice a year now, or whatever it's going to be like. It's not like he went to Montreal or somehow Detroit got in there or something like that. So that was good. Obviously, the Sabres were in the draft lottery. They could have only won up 10 spots from 13 to 3. Obviously, that did not happen. So they were the 13th overall pick. We'll break down prospects more later. I got to get more into that. I know there's a couple like right shot defenseman prospects that may be interesting.
Weren't we going to do a big prospect thing you wanted to do, a special or something like that?
Maybe, potentially, yes.
Yeah, little teaser there for you if you're interested in some NHL prospects. So that'd be cool. But
yeah, so we'll look more into that. There seems to be some interesting forward options that they want. There seems to be a couple good right shot defensemen, but it matters if the board falls their way. I mean, also there's potential for trade. It's just kind of stunning that like the Sabres have so many prospects and currently in the NHL, where it doesn't seem like they have a lot of spots, a lot of prospects in the AHL, a lot of prospects outside the AHL, and now they have potential to add another top 15 overall selection. And it seems like 13th pick is a good pick. It seems like this draft kind of falls off, they say, after like the 20th pick. So it seems like they're going to be able to get a solid prospect here at 13. So
Yeah.
Very exciting for that. So with that being said, I think I'm just gonna quickly do a scan.
A little playoff recap
I don't think there's. I mean, the Sabres.
from the last time.
So I think starting next week, we will start to do our grades for the players. So we'll go line by line, pair by pair, and then the goalies together.
We did that last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll do it this year with the draft and July 1st as well. So we shall do that. But I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope.
I think you're good. I don't think there's a lot going on right now, honestly, other than the playoffs. I mean, that's really it.
So
and all of our predictions are botched, as we said last week. So, it's a tough moment from here on out. So,
yeah, but the Panthers won. So my repick of Panther Stars looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your pick of Panthers Kraken not too bad. 2-2.
I know. I was laughed at. It was a ballsy pick, but it happened.
Last night, though, 6-3. Vegas crushed Edmonton to go up 2-1.
Yeah.
And the Hurricanes are going to probably beat Lindy because they're up 3-1 now. They kicked the crap out of them in New Jersey. So, looking like we might get a Hurricanes Panthers in one final, and looking like we're going to get potentially Vegas. And actually, I don't know when Stars Kraken because that series is tied 2-2. So, very, very interesting semifinals. I will say it's not. I don't think it's been as interesting as the first round. I don't know how you could beat the first round having 8 matchups, and now it's down to 4. But I don't know. This one it seems a little light on like not intent like I don't know. Like one series is 3-0, another series is 3-1 with the home team hosting Game 5. The Vegas Edmonton series, the last 2 games have been blowouts. The Stars Kraken series, other than Game 1, has been kind of blowout-ish. Like there hasn't been a lot of great games, to be completely honest with you. So hopefully the back half of the second round, we get some action. Who knows? Maybe the Leafs come back from 3-0 down.
Well, we got a tied series right now, like you said, with the Kraken, so that could get interesting really fast too. So I think we might see some more exciting stuff going on coming down to the wire here, but. I can't believe it. Like we're almost into the eternal off season when the Bandits are done. So it's coming quick. We'll have some hypothetical content for you, a lot of the grades and all of that stuff, but we're going to be building towards season 3, the Buffalonian, which is crazy to think about. And, so the next season of all the professional sports here in Buffalo. So I think that's going to do it for this edition, right, Dom? Anything else you want to add? Or is that are you all good? All right, we're all good. I'm Joe Cali. I was joined by Dom Loss and Mike Marino. And Dom, how do you always end these, buddy?
Go Bills, baby.
Go Bills.